What's up? I'm gonna be giving you a behind the scenes look of Frequency Shift. It's the latest thing I've made and I think it's pretty fire. I'll be going over the mix as well as the audio visualizer I came up with it, just kind of some of the behind the scenes stuff. This was my 4th official song release. Yeah, let's get into it. Just go ahead and open up FL real quick, pull up that project. Hopefully it doesn't crash. Oh, well, there you go. We're just gonna kind of go over each thing individually and then kind of break it down how we got there. So this first part I actually started with, here it is. I found this really funky pad that kind of gives me this interesting sound, this like airy, like nature-y kind of just da 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 da, like 1 2 3 2, kind of da 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 da, not quite, but you know, 6th synth kind of thing going on here. I found this nature video online that had some like really pretty just like nature sounds, and I was like, this works, we'll go with this. We've just got some ad-lib vocals just to kind of like spice it up a little bit in the background. That LS stream and again. I don't even, oh god, this thing is a fucking mess. Couldn't tell you how I made that, honestly. Okay, these are some old patterns I was kind of like thinking of going into and using them, but it just didn't really fit, so I didn't end up using them. This one specifically, I remember being like, I used a splice or a serum preset and just kind of like made like an audio bite out of it. Just kind of like easing into that.
Flip the switch. Let's try something different.
I found this vocal, I think it's a Virtual Riot audio sample. I don't know, it just felt like, it's like, let's try something different. Let's kind of change the pace up a bit.
Let's try something different.
It's just a basic like kick and snare kind of like pattern here. Just kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, 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 and then, you know, like it just to put a little spice in that pattern. I used 2 different serum outputs for this. Gives you that like high pitched kind of sound with it. And then this one I think was just kind of like a bassy, like just to kind of give it some movement with that, with those higher tones there. Like a switchy kind of sound here for the high pitched stuff. And the bass just kind of gives it some more momentum.
That's okay, I guess.
This is just a sample of me saying that's okay, I guess, because
that's okay, I guess.
This sample back from earlier, just to kind of like throw us back into the drop. So what I had originally done was I had done this pattern twice. And it was gonna be here as well, but then my girlfriend was like, you need to kind of swap the positions of these. It was pattern 18-18, pattern 17, pattern 17, but it sounds a little bit better where it kind of like flip-flops a little bit. Kind of like where that shift idea comes from. It's like shifting back and forth along with the like kind of like nature-y sounds going on there.
What's next?
What's next? I don't know. What's next, you know? And then this was kind of like a fade out into coming back to that original like nature-y sound here. I just kind of grabbed some glitch effects and just This is just like a record scratch kind of thing going on in here, because it feels fitting. It's like you're throwing the record back into Then we do this for a little bit.
Shut up, bitch!
And this was definitely my best, like, kind of like a drop I'd come up with since starting really working on this stuff. It's grimy, it's heavy, like there's some syncopation in there. The drums are pretty similar to the original drop here, really no change in that, really just the lead and the bass kind of sound different. It's really just a bass at this point. It's not super complicated in this area. It's not too busy until you get into the second part where I add this yo kind of like a yo sound, but I really like this like cutoff kind of thing that it does here. It feels like heavy and it's like pushy and I'm pretty sure this was just like a yeah, it's just a serum preset I found that I liked, and I was like, we'll just toss it in there to kind of spice it up a little bit. That's literally my favorite part of this whole song is the fucking ting ting. And I was like, I feel like this needs some sort of like break in all audio. It needs some sort of like space. And then I was like, it needs like a ding dong or a ting tang or whatever. So I literally typed in like ting ting into Splice, and I found this which fit really well, because it's like a really like, it's a shift, it's a change, it's dynamic, you know. I mean, maybe not, but you know, it's very different from the sounds you were previously hearing, and then it's like ting ting, and then we like drop into it like really good. And then I'm pretty sure this is just another serum preset. Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Thought it sounded cool. I was like, we'll try and layer it a little bit in the end and give it some more juice. I don't know. I think it's really good. My hair is like totally falling on my face. Oh yeah, this is another drop I was working on, but I didn't really like the way it sounded. I just wasn't a huge fan of it. The sample's amazing.
Goddamn tears in the rubber stuff shit.
I don't know. It's funny. I was gonna try and implement that somehow. I didn't really like it. It just wasn't quite fitting with this one. So maybe some other one. The levels are definitely not like there. There's probably a lot I could do with these sounds to make them more soundy, or I don't know. Like I'm still pretty new to this, so you know, I'm just trying to figure it out as we go. But I was super happy with this one. Came out pretty well. The music video is definitely my favorite part of this, and I will go ahead and talk a little bit more about that next. So this is the video project file for Frequency Shift's audio visualizer. I built it in Premiere. Basically, I used Adobe After Effects to create that like ring that does the audio spectrum analysis stuff, and it goes wah wah when it wubs. It's just a basic like circle kind of path for it, and I kind of shaped it to fit the music a bit better. There's two layers to it. There's one doing the bass, and then there's one doing the mid ranges a bit more. Took like a stock footage of some nature stuff and kind of like faded it in. Found a green screen video of an eagle because I don't know, it just I liked it, so I threw it in there. And we kind of dropped this like fade to this black when the song is shifting.
Flip the switch.
I have like opacity flickering and then timer mapping to speed it up and slow it down. Some text. I found some green screen of that like alien meme doing the wah, 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 you know, that dance or whatever. I just kind of threw them in there because I wanted to fill the space on the left and the right. This is the part that I actually learned some new stuff for. The sandwich in the middle. The spinning sandwich is actually from Blender. I didn't model it by any means. There's links to the original model in my audio visualizer. I wouldn't have been able to make this myself, so super appreciate people putting these models up online for free. I've never really worked with Blender before, so definitely some new territory for me. It took me a couple of hours to like kind of start to understand the program. And then also like importing models and how to use them properly. It's just a sandwich with a camera rotating around it. Some basic like a point light. Familiar with the model stuff. I'm not good at it by any means. I just know how to use the programs. Mix it up. Just some more like space GIFs kind of, and swapping around the images and stuff. So this is I mean, this is all pretty straightforward stuff, just some like glitchy transitions with adjustment layers and things of that nature. Back to the original nature video. This just the clip for The Rock, you know, doing his thing.
Shut up, bitch!
Now this is the part that I'm super proud of. I've always wanted to learn how to make a visualizer do some like cool spinny effects with the shapes and glowing lights, just kind of some really cool stuff. I'd never done that before, so I'm like super proud of like how this came out. So in Blender, let me just open up the project file. I downloaded, let me go ahead and actually turn off some of the shaders. This like kind of triangle-ish shape, just a thing I found on Sketchfab. It's where people can upload 3D models of things. I can't model like this. I can't. I really struggle with that side of things. This is just like a fractals thing. Another model I found online. I just basically routed the camera to an empty in the center, and I just kind of also like this wall that's back here, this plane. It's just really meant to catch like the glow of things behind everything that's going on in the center here. Fear of shrapnels and stuff, it rotates and spins just on keyframes, and then as well as the solid here, I just have it rotating like randomly. I mean, I picked some points, but I kind of do this like rotates this way and then it does that back to the original point, so it kind of creates this like loop effect of it. The camera and the plane here are just separated, but they're affixed to the same empty in here, so they're parent, or it's parent, the empty is parent to the camera and the plane. Essentially any transformation I do on the empty, it does to both of them. Since they're equal distance apart, it just kind of creates this effect of, it doesn't look like the camera is spinning. I mean, really, the, you know, once the video comes out, the camera looks still, but really things are just kind of like rotating on their own. The shape itself on the inside spins, but basically all of that combines with some like space GIF background to make this, which it felt really good to kind of put all that together. I was really proud of it. So I wanted to kind of talk to you guys a little bit about like the background of it and how this all came to be. I'm super excited to be working on some new stuff, and I'll actually, before we end, just kind of show you the next drop I'm working on as a thank you for being around and listening to the stuff. And if you super appreciate it, please leave a like and comment what your thoughts are. I would love to hear your feedback on everything I've worked on so far. Jesus, this shit's a mess. Oh my. It's the latest thing I've been working on. It's just a drop right now. I think it sounds really cool, but just want to sneak peek it. Alright, so as I was saying earlier, thanks for sticking around. Here's a sneak peek at what I've been working on next. If you want to support me and you want to hear more, please like the video, please share with your homies, like subscribe, you know, do all the things. Super appreciate it. But let's go ahead and jam out before we end it.
Flip it.
that's all I got right now. So I'm not really sure what this is going to turn into yet, but as soon as this is done, I will definitely be posting it. So thanks everyone for hanging out and listening to me rant about this project that I was super invested in, and I really appreciate you sticking around. Thanks.